Alrighty, here we go. Hey there, everybody. It's a nasty one here again, and welcome back to the next episode of the Overdogs franchise rebuild here in Super Mega Baseball 4. We're in year number 5 in control of the Dogs. And last episode, we started our stretch to get to the end of the season here, rapid fire, as we did a doubleheader against the remaining two opponents we had yet to face from the other division, losing the first game against the Platypi 5-2 before bouncing back and winning in the second game 5-4. However, unfortunately, that first game saw an injury to one of our offensive leaders, first baseman Mira McFarland. So she is now dealing with I believe it's a hamstring injury, if I remember correctly. So she is not 100% and not in the starting lineup for the first game today. She might be back for the second game. We'll have to see if she heals up enough to play. But she is still available for pinch hit duties at the very least. Today's episode will see us take on the Buzzards, who are currently in front of us in the division race, and then also the Jacks. This is the last time we'll play each of these two teams this season. Quick refresher, we lost split with the Buzzards on opening day, losing the first game and then winning the second game, before taking on the Jacks in Game 3, which we also ended up winning. So we're looking to sweep that season series against the Jacks while also winning the season series against the Buzzards. 2 wins here today should compel us back into first place in the division race. Scheduled starting pitching matchup for Game 1, Mario Klein on the mound for us with Tier 3 elite 4-seamer, Tier 3 workhorse. He has no record of 4.91 ERA and a 1.36 whip. And on the mound for the Buzzards, it is starter Durbin Holmes, who's 1-0 with a 2.45 ERA and a 1.55 whip with Tier 2 stimulated. So before we jump into the game, looking at the lineup here, I set this off screen. We are without McFarland, and Yoshida is also on the bench. He is resting. Looks like we have Rufo, Arbor, Liner, Starr, Jones, Yamamoto, Osborne, and Swanson. Now, keeping all that in mind, I asked at the end of last episode what we wanted to do for potential roster moves with the regression now hitting Ray's Rufo, and then also with Carlton Starr managing to avoid losing his job, so because he came through with the walk-off hit at the end of last episode. So I was looking at this off camera to factor out, like, do we have the money to make these moves? Do we have the chemistry that we can put into effect to get these moves? And what I'm realizing is that even with Crafty only at Tier 1, I don't necessarily need to bump that up to Tier 2. Because looking at the team, the only traits we have are obviously the bad ball hitter for McFarland, which we gained last episode after she got injured. Easy target on Giovanni Saunders, who hasn't done jack all with it this season. And then Tier 1 pick officer on Roundhouse. So outside of bad ball hitter, not a lot of like really valuable traits per se. Like easy target, Saunders barely ever pinch hits, and when he does, he doesn't do much anyway, so it's kind of a waste. And then pick officer on Roundhouse, she can't pitch every game as a reliever, so we only see it every once in a while. So trying to bump that up to Tier 2 is probably not the right decision to make. And I also looked at this thing and I've realized we still don't have a second baseman on the roster, and we're getting very thin at first base. The only people who can play first base now are McFarland, Yamamoto, obviously Starr, but we need him at shortstop. Osborne, who's a utility player, but we're already plugging him in at second base. Digafordo, and then obviously Arbor, who's a crap fielder, and Saunders, who's basically useless in the starting lineup because his value lies in being a pinch hitter off the bench. So we really don't have a lot of good options to play first base. So how do we counteract this with McFarland hurt? And how do we deal with the second base issue? I mean, I also forgot King can play first base, but when am I ever going to play Alberto King? So I've come up with a strategy. Looking at this off camera, I am not going to be signing Yobin Bambino yet. I'm going to wait one more game, and I'm going to see if he's still here. And if he is still here, I will probably look to bring him onto the team, and I'll make a decision on who he's replacing at that time. Right now, the most likely candidate is Ray's Rufo, but Ray's is hitting so well this season, I don't want to be hasty and throw off the momentum that this offense has. So we're going to hold off on that. Plus, also, if we get rid of Ray's, we don't have a center fielder, so that's also a problem. So scrolling down the list, I have a couple guys starred. Obviously, we have Janice Friedman, who is the best available second baseman that is affordable to us. He also is crafty, and we would be getting Butterfingers at Tier 2. Not ideal, considering his defense is already suspect at best, but what are you going to do? He is our best option to play second base. However, there's a funnier option that I was looking through as I was scrolling. Obviously, Jackson would be like a center field replacement for Rufo, which I'm not going to do. That Victorino, there's Dion Base who can play second base. He's a good contact guy. He's got good speed. RBI 0 at tier 2 is a bit of a bummer, but it's not the end of the world. And then I was scrolling down the list further. Obviously, Flash LeVar, he can play all the infield positions. But even further down the list, there's two more options. There's Dugout Fives, who has Pinch Perfect, which would be at tier 2. And there's also Bobby Odor. And I was thinking about this. If we sign Bobby Odor, he can play second base, theoretically. Be a horrible hitter, and we could move Osborne to first base because we don't want Yamamoto starting this next game because he doesn't have Ace Exterminator, which means his hitting ratings are going to go down the drain. And I was thinking about it, and I wanted to try it, but at the same time, I also didn't want to throw off the chemistry of the team as well. And signing Odor would literally put us one off of getting Crafty to tier 2, which would make those Crafty traits a little bit more valuable at that point. Plus, we would be adding another Crafty trait in Stealer. So I thought to myself, how do I want to play this? Do I really want to go down this road? And after a lot of consideration, I'm like, I'm probably not going to do it because I just don't see the value in doing so. So then I thought about it and I came back up the list and I'm like, okay, what if I go get Friedman? Can I sign him? The answer is yes, we have the available funds to do so. The next question is, who does he replace on the team? Well, our options are Alberto King, because we have the extra competitive player. Osborne, who hasn't really done much this year, but he's a utility player, so his value is kind of high. Plus, he has a tier 3 trait backing him up in Big Hack. Although I wish he had Little Hack, it would be more valuable to him. Next option is Dig. That's not happening. Everybody loves Dig. Rays, who is already under consideration for being cut for Bambino, so can't really use the Friedman move on him. Dano, that's not happening. Miles Connor. Now, that's an interesting one, but I realized he's developed this year, so I don't want to get rid of him at this point. So we're going to hang on to him. The other option is Steamboat, who is hurt and can't pitch right now. So he is also another viable option to be replaced due to the simple fact that he is hurt right now and we can't really use him as our bullpen anchor because he's not at 100%. And that $12 million is just sitting there wasting away. And after a lot of consideration, I was actually really stuck on this for like the longest time off camera. I decided I am going to bring him in. And I am going to replace Alberto King. Now, this is going to limit us at catcher. But honestly, we've been using Dano and Johnson all season at catcher. So having Alberto as a third catcher on the roster is kind of redundant. So why not just free up the roster spot, bring in Friedman for just over $500,000, have an actual legitimate second baseman on the roster, and that puts us one move away from bumping Crafty up to tier 2. So that's what I decided to do. It's going to be Friedman for King, and that's the only move we're making right now. Now, we can make another move after the first game to bring in Bambino, which would then lead us to have to drop a competitive player, because it's probably going to be Rufo, and then bring in another competitive player somewhere else to bump that back up to tier 3, which has been working really well for us this season. And I think I settled on dropping Discipline down to tier 1, because it's less valuable than the the spirited traits we have on the roster, which if we look at this, it's Butterfingers on Friedman, just don't dive. RBI Hero on Star, obviously very valuable. Rally Starter on Rufo, he would be gone, so that wouldn't matter. Rally Stopper on Berg is very valuable, along with K Collector. Combine that at tier 3. Both K Collector and Workhorse tier 3 on Connor, that has to be there. And Rally Stopper on Pruitt. We saw how valuable that was last episode when Pruitt got out of back-to-back bases loaded jams. So yeah, so Discipline would be the sacrifice to go down to tier 1 at that point. And we'd only be down to 4 traits. Consistent on Bergenberg, which doesn't matter. Magic Hands on Yoshida, he's already a great enough fielder, that doesn't matter. Rufo would be gone. Saunders, I'm hoping to get rid of at some point, but Pinch Perfect, he hasn't been using it at tier 2. What's the value of it now anyway if it goes down to tier 1? Pinch perfect on McFarland. She's only on the bench right now because she's hurt, so that's kind of a wasted trade on her. And Butterfingers on Friedman is the one that's probably the most damaged by this move, but at the same time, I think it's worth it. So that's my logic behind that. We're going to deal with that next episode. That's the only roster move I'm making right now, I think. Unless I wanted to get rid of Saunders now, but then I'd have to bring in a scholarly player, and then it gets all too confusing. So I'll pass on that for now. But yes, so now we're going to jump into the action today with our new addition. Friedman is now going to play second base. We can move Osborne to first base, and then we can also stick Yamamoto on the bench where he needs to be so that we can make use of his Ace Exterminator trade should they bring in a good pitcher late in the game. Plus, Osborne's arm is weaker than Star's. I would rather have Star at shortstop. So yeah, this is the lineup for today's first game of the episode. It's our last road game of the season. Rufo leading off, locked in center. Then Arbor in left, Liner at third, Star at shortstop, Jones in right, Friedman at second, Osborne at first, Swanson will catch, and Klein will be on the mound. For the Buzzards, leading off, locked in at first base is Jess Fowl. Then it's locked in center fielder Turner Hood. Left fielder Bo Belter is playing injured. Right fielder Sluggy Boomhauer is locked in. Second baseman Randy Mann bats fifth. Third baseman Jude McKay bats sixth. Rattled shortstop Ham Slamus is batting seventh. And catcher Wrench Caldwell is going to get the start today over Harry Backman. He'll bat number 8 with Durbin Holmes on the mound in the 9 slot. Let's go out to Shaka for the only time this season. Hey, if I only got to see Shaka once a year, I'll take it. But this is a battle for first place right here. If we win, we are now we would be tied with the Buzzards atop the division. So let's see if we can get it done today, shall we?
You can feel the energy rising here at Shaka Sports Turf. Grab a program, a drink, and a...
Let's get it on. Rufo leads off, locked in center field. A tier 2 high pitch, hitting .396 with 5 RBIs against Durbin Holmes. Was having himself a good year with a .245 ERA, 155 whips, respectable. He'll drop a first pitch two-seamer in there at 1. Change it, drifts outside, 1-1 to Rufo. Change up it in, roped hard to first, but right at Jess Fowl on the liner. He's gone, 1 down. Lila Arbor up next, the left fielder, hitting .400 off the bench with a solo home run. That's a heater away, 0-1. Change up chopped up in front of the mound. Holmes bare hands, throw to first, 2 down. And now to bring up third baseman, the big dog, Hackett Liner, hitting .479. No homers, but 12 RBIs on the year. Curve down and in is inside and low, ball 1. Slider's high, 2-0 count. Slider down and then fouled off back. Out of play, 2-1. Slider up, that's lined into left of center, sinking quickly in his hood, but he can't get there. It drops in his on a bounce for a 2-out hit. Next up, cleanup hitter Carlton Starr. He's got tier 3 first pitch Slayer, hitting .283 with 6 RBIs on the year. Behind the plate, we have tier 3 Choker. It's not active here for Caldwell. Curl down and then rope foul, out of play, 0-1. Heater up, late swing, 0-2. Heater up in, hard up the middle on the line drive. That's a hit for Starr. Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Overdogs. Have us threatening here. Let's see if we can capitalize. Here comes Filet Jones, right fielder, hitting .447, 3 homers, 10 RBIs on the year. Curveball up, strike called at the letters, 0-1, activating tier 3 little hack for Jones. Heater up with through at 0-2. Heater down and then rope to third, but McKay is there to spear it, and that's going to end the inning as we strand 2. Bottom 1, Fowl, Hood, and Belter coming up. Here's Jess Fowl locked in, tier 3 low pitch active, hitting .422 with 2 homers, 10 RBIs, facing second-year pitcher Mario Klein with tier 3 elite 4-seamer, tier 3 workhorse. Comes in with a .491 ERA. As he pumps a heater at the letters, 0-1, 136 whip and 6 strikeouts. Curveball up and away. That's outside, 1-1. Two-seamer up and away. Foul taking high, 2-1. Heater down and in. Ball 3 misses, 3-1. Slider up. Check, strike called. Count is full. Either way, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for Fowl as the Speedster's on to start the game. Next up, Turner Hood, locked in, hitting .490 with 6 homers and 14 RBIs. First pitch curveball drops in for a strike as the runner goes. Throw down by Swanson. No chance. Jess Fowl easily steals second. Fowl's 6th steal of the year. She's 6 for 7. Dribble down and in. Chased and pulled foul by Hood. It's 0-2. Does have tier 2 slowpoke out of the box. Chases the heater up and away. Strike 3. He gone. Elevated fastball for Klein. Gets him. One down for left fielder Bo Belter, who's playing hurt. He has tier 3 fastball hitter. Hitting 276 with 1 homer and 7 RBIs. Slider away. Outside ball 1. Go down the way. Runner goes for third. Throw down by Swanson. Just laid another stolen base for foul. She's up to 7 on the year. And a 2-0 count to Belter. Curve up and in. That's a strike. 2-1. Moving the infield in here. Maybe we can get lucky. Slider up and away. Whiff through it by Belter. 2-2. Beat it down and in. Chased it inside. Strike 3. Tempted him with a fastball and Belter couldn't help himself. Back-to-back Ks for Klein. 2 down for right fielder Sluggy Boomhauer, the former Overdog. Locked in, hitting 356 with a homer and 6 RBIs. Curl down on the way in the first pitch. Hit up the third base line. Liner dives past him. It's a fair ball as it kicks up the chalk. It's going to be a clutch 2-out single for Boomhauer. Buzzards on the board. It's 1-0. Perfect spot for it. Randy Man up next. Second baseman with tier 3 inside pitch. Hitting 367 with a homer. 4 RBIs. You're up and away in the first one. That's a strike. 0-1. Little Hack activates at tier 1. Slider down on the way outside. 1-1. Using rip away. Whiff through it. 1-2. Activating Little Hack again. Leader middle of the plate. Blasted left field. Left center field. Carrying well. Rufo running out of room. He's going to watch it hit off the wall as it ricochets to him. He misplays the bounce. Coming around third is Boomhauer. Relay throw from Star. Not in time as that might be an error. RBI double from Man. It's 2-0 Buzzards. McKay up next with tier 1 RBI hero, hitting a $152 with 2 RBIs. They did give Rufo an error on that mishandle because it gave Boomhauer the extra base. Heater down, check strike at the knees, 0-1. Curveball down, that is fouled back, it's 0-2. Using rip it in. Popped up behind short, Star on the run, gets there in shallow left to end the inning. But 2 home for the Buzzards as they get 1 on a single by Boomhauer and then 1 on a double by Randy Man, thanks to an error from Rufo. 2-0 to the second. Friedman, Osborne, and Swanson coming up. Friedman getting his first at bat of the season. Former wide load second baseman, just signed before this game. He's our new second baseman. Slider down, strike called 0-1. He is not the first time Friedman's been used in one of my series. I did have him in my first series in this game, which was the Sawtee series. He played second base for us in years 2 and 3 of that playthrough. Using inside, 1-1. Get up and away, line to right center field. That is down for a base hit. Nice swing from Janis as he'll reach with a single in his first at bat of the season. Leadoff man on for Freddie Osborne. Rookie's playing first base today for the first time in his career. Hitting 231 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. Change up, that's a strike to letters, 0-1. Curl down, chopped in the hole. Diving McKay to his left to smother it. Goes to second, still gets the slow-footed Friedman, but Osborne beats out the back half. It's just the fielder's choice. 1 down for catcher Johnson Swanson. He's hitting a $190 on the air with an RBI. Using away, that's outside, ball 1. Heater down, that's a strike, 1-1. Dribble down, rope foul, out of play, 1-2, activating tier 3 Little Hack. Heater inside, turned on by Swanson, driven deep to left field. He gave it a ride, running out of room at the warning track is Belter, but he'll put it away, 2 down. Runner retreats to first, beating the throw from Slamus. And that brings up Mario Klein, the pitcher, who's hitless on the air. Trying to keep getting alive any way he can. First pitch changeup, hits the letters from Holmes, 0-1. Heater up, popped him up, shallow center field, racing in his Hood. Called off by Slamus, who puts it away to end the inning. Bottom 2, we're still down 2-0. Slamus, Caldwell, and Holmes bottom of the lineup up for the Buzzards. Here's Slamus, who's rattled, hitting go 83 with an RBI. Heater up and away, strike called 0-1. Using ripping in, inside 1-1. Heater middle in, inside 2-1. Slider down in the way. Fouled off by Slamus, 2-2. Dribble down and in. Whiff through it, strike 3. He gone. Wave him bye-bye. There you go, Klein. Third punch out today for Mario. And here's Wrench Caldwell, the backup catcher, getting the start today to give Backman a day off. Tier 3 outside pitch active. He's hitting 167 with a homer, 4 RBIs. Choker not active in this situation as a heater hits the letters, 0-1. Dribble down and in. Inside, 1-1. Slider up and in. Strike called, 1-2. He's him down. Chased and fouled off. Count still, 1-2. Heater up and in. Well inside, 2-2. Slide it down and in. Pulled foul. Count stays at 2-2. He's him up and in. Whiff through it, strike 3. He gone. Fourth punch out for Klein. 2 down for Holmes, who's hitting 200 on the air. First pitch curveball at the knees. That is pulled foul, out of play. 0-1 as Holmes out in front of it. He's him middle in. Whiff through it, 0-2. He's him up and away. Foul back, count still 0-2. Slide it down in the way. Chopped on the ground to second. Charging in is Friedman. He'll make the play to first. That ends the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Klein to the third. It's still 2-0 Buzzards. Rufo, Arbor, and Liner. Top of the lineup coming up for the Dogs. Here's Rufo, 0 for 1 today. Down the neutral mojo after the error in the field. Rally starter active along with high pitches. That slider's inside. Ball 1. Slider up and in. Pulled to right field, but that's going to hang up on the line for Boomhauer. 1 down. Next up, Lila Arbor, who's 0 for 1. You're down. Linehart into center field on the first pitch, but it's right at Hood for the second out. Liner up next. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Change up. That's high out of the zone. 1-0. Change up high again. 2-0 count the Liner. Slider hangs. Lined up the middle. Under the diving glove of Randy Mann in the right center. That is a hit for Liner. He's 2 for 2 today. Big Dog reaches to keep the inning alive for Carlton, who's 1 for 1 with a single. Get up and in on the first pitch. Driven to center field. Hit well by Starr, but it's going to hang up out there for Hood. That ends the inning. Bottom 3, we're still down 2-0. Foul, Hood, and Belter coming up. There's Foul, who balked her first plate appearance. Later scored a run. Ball middle in, inside. 1-0. He's up and away. Popped her up. Shallow right field. Friedman out for it. Jones is going to call him off. And Filet will put it away. 1 down. Next up, Hood, who's 0 for 1. Heater up in the first pitch. Fouled back. 0-1. Slider middle in. Chased. Hit on the ground to second. Friedman to his left will cut it off. Throw to first. 2 down. Base is empty for Belter, who's 0 for 1. Ball down in the dirt. Ball 1. Slider away. Blasted to left center field. Rufo on the run chases after. This is that one hops to the wall out there, hitting off the 402 sign. Rufo gets it in quickly, but it's still a double for Belter as the inning will continue with 2 down here in the third. For Boomhauer, who's 1 for 1 with an RBI single and a run scored. Two-seamer middle of the plate. That is skied to left center field as Boomhauer misses it on the wind-up swing. Arbor calling for it. Puts it away to end the inning as we get lucky there, stranding a runner to the fourth. It's 2-0 Buzzards still. Jones, Friedman, and Osborne coming up. Here's Filet. He's 0 for 1 today with a fly out. Two-seamer well inside. Ball 1. Change up away. Pulled foul by Jones. 1-1. Heater down in the way. Skied it to right center field. He got under it. That's going to hang up out there for Boomhauer, who calls off Hood. 1 down. Next up, Friedman. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Ball down in the way, outside. Ball 1. Heater down. Linehart at the middle. Past the diving glove of Mann into right center field. Cut off by Hood. It'll be just the single for Janis, but he's 2 for 2 today. Looking like he isn't rusty at all. Next up, Osborne. He's 0 for 1 today. Curve inside. Misses from Holmes. 1-0. Slider down in the dirt. 2-0. Activating Tier 3 big hack for Osborne. Curve hung in there at the letters, got the call. 2-1. Curveball hangs, ripped foul. It's 2-2. Heater away, grounded off the end of the bat up the middle. Holmes takes the out at first on the fielder's choice. 2 down. Runner in scoring position, though, for Swanson, who's 0 for 1 with a flyout. Change up and away, strike called 0-1, activating Tier 3 little hack for Swanson. Change it down, pulled on the ground to short. Slamus backhands in the hole, throw to first. That ends the inning as again we strand another runner. Offense doing nothing for the Dogs here. Bottom 4, Mann, McKay, and Slamus coming up. Here's Randy Mann, 1-for-1 with an RBI double back in the first inning. Slider put away. Outside, ball 1. Forcing at the knees. Strike called away, 1-1. Curveball put away. Strike called with the letters, 1-2. Two-seamer away. Taken 2-2. Forcing down and in. Inside and low, 3-2. Slider put away. Whiff through it, strike 3. He gone. 5th punch out for Klein as he strikes out Mann on a slider. McKay up next, 0-for-1 today. No RBI hero this time. Slider up and in. High, ball 1. Four-seamer middle in, inside, 2-0. Ball away. Lined into center field off the end of the bat, but right at Rufo for an easy second out of the inning. And next up is Slamus, who's rattled 0-for-1. Using with the knees, check strike, 0-1. Down and in. Whiffed over the top of it, it's 0-2 to Slamus. Slider away, foul off, 0-2. Curveball put in. Chased it, strike 3, out of the zone. Tantalizing hanger, and Slamus whiffs right through it. 6 punch out for Klein. He gone to the 5th. It's 2-0 still. Buzzards on top. Klein, Rufo, and Arbor, 9-1 and 2 due up. Klein 0-for-1 today, but is locked in now. Peter well outside from Holmes, who's also locked in, 1-0. Change up in there at the knees, 1-1. Curve onside, ripped on the ground hard, but right at McKay at third base. Throw to first, 1 down. Next up, Rufo is 0-for-2. Flew out last at bat. Rally starter, high pitch, both active. Peter up and in, line hard to center field, but right to Turner Hood. 2 down. Base empty for Arbor, who's 0-for-2 on a fly out last at bat. She also grounded out to the pitcher. Change up below the knees, 1-0. Curve also below the knees, 2-0 count to Arbor. Change it middle in, pulled foul, got on top of it, 2-1. Curveball pulled foul, it's 2-2. Peter down in the way, lined off the end of the bat, shallow right field. Boomhauer slides, and he makes the catch, robbing her of a base hit. 1-2-3 inning for Holmes. Bottom 5, it's still 2-0. Halfway home in a pitcher's duel, it ain't looking good for our offense. Caldwell, Holmes, and foul coming up. There's Caldwell, catcher 0-for-1 today with a strikeout. Forcing up and in. Strike called, 0-1. Pitch 60 coming from Klein here in the 5th. Curveball down and in low, 1-1. Forcing up and in. High, 2-1. Using down and in. Hitting the hole to first. Over the diving glove of Osborne into right field. That's going to be a leadoff single for Caldwell as he'll reach. Klein down the neutral mojo. Here's Holmes, who has a bunting opportunity now. He's 0-for-1. Two-seamer up, bunt shown, pulled back, strike called, 0-1. Peter away, bunt shown, pulled back, it's high, 1-1. Curveball up and in. Bunt pulled down the third base line. That's going to stay fair. A perfect bunt from Holmes. Liner has to throw to first, 1 down. Sacrifice successful. Here's foul, 0-for-1 with a walk. Curveball up and away on the first pitch, foul back, 0-1. Forcing up and away. Outside, 1-1 the count. Slider up. High, 2-1. Two-seamer away. Chopped in the hole to third. Liner over. Races in. He'll tag the runner. Throws to first. Not in time. Foul beats out the backhand. But good heads-up play by the veteran third baseman to tag the runner running right at him. 2 down now for Hood, who's 0-for-2. Forcing away. Outside, ball 1. Pick off to first, back safely as foul. Zoomer up, checked high, 2-0. Ball down the way. Hitting on the ground to second. Friedman there to his left, throw to first. That ends the inning. Klein puts up another 0. Top 6 we go. It's 2-0 Buzzards. Liner, Starr, and Jones. Heart of the lineup up for the Dogs. See if the offense can get it going here. Liner 2-for-2 today with 2 singles. Mason locked in Holmes. Peter away, ball 1. Here down, pulled by Liner deep to left center, but that's going to hang up out there for Belter. 1 down. Next up is Star, 1 for 2 with a single. Flew out last at bat. First pitch changeup on the corner. Good pitch from Holmes. 0-1. Curveball misses well outside. 1-1. Down and in. Two-seamer misses. 2-1 count as Holmes delivers pitch 60. Changeup down. Rope diving is foul to rob him of a base hit up the line. 2 down. Next up, Jones is 0 for 2 today. Slider at the knees. 0-1. Little hack activates for Jones. Peter up, late swing, 0-2 the count. Petered side, line by Jones into center field, but it jammed him. Hanging up for Hood. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Holmes. Bottom 6, it's still 2-0. Belter, Boomhauer, and Mann hard in lineup up for the Buzzards. There's Belter, 1 for 2 with a double. First pitch curveball in there at the knees away, 0-1. Slider middle in, inside, 1-1. Two-seamer down and in, low, 2-1. Looking down and away, check low, 3-1. 3-1 pitch, slider away. That's rope deep to left field, hit well. Arbor on the run, we'll watch it get over her head as it 1 hops to the fence. Should get it in quickly, but it's still going to be a double for Belter, his 2nd of the game. He's 2 for 3. Leadoff man on in the 6th for the Buzzards as they look to extend their lead. Here's Boomhauer, 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Forcing him to go in on the first one. That's hit in the center field, but he didn't get all of it. Rufo makes a catch for the first out. Runner tags for 3rd. Rufo's throw in. Just late. Good heads-up play by Belter to move up. Man up next, 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Moving the infield in here to keep it a 2-run game, hopefully. Keeps him down and in. Line right at Carlton Starr. 2 down. Runner at 3rd for McKay, who's 0 for 2. RBI hero at tier 1. Using up and away in the first one, outside. Ball 1. Line just surpassed pitched 80. Heater down and away, line foul and out of play. 1-1. Sliding down and in. Check low, 2-1. Forcing up and in. Jammed up the middle on the ground. Friedman backhands up the middle. Throw to first. Got him, and that ends the inning. Good range, Janice. That ends the inning. We strand the runner to the 7th. It's still 2-0. Friedman, Osborne, Swanson. Pitcher slot due up 4th. Friedman looking to lead off. 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. Slider misses outside from Holmes. 1-0. He is still locked in. Peter away. That's a strike. 1-1. Peter at the knees. Roped. Foul. 1-2 out in front of it. Curve down and away. Taken low. 2-2. Curve is high. Count full to Friedman. Slider down. Roped hard to short. Past the diving glove of Slamis into left field. Another hit for Friedman. He is 3 for 3 today. And he's locked in. Osborne up next, 0 for 2. Change it down and in. That's a strike. 0-1. Choker active behind the plate for Caldwell here. Slider away. That's a strike. It's quickly 0-2 to Osborne. Curveball away. Pulled foul. It's 0-2. Pick off. Back safely. Friedman is now they're worried about a steal. Slide up and away, lined over 2nd. Leaping is Randy Mann, but it's out of his reach, down for another hit. Digging for 3rd, Friedman. He'll go 1st to 3rd as he reads it correctly. 2 on, nobody out. Here comes Swanson, who's 0 for 2. Infield playing double play depth here for Swanson. Curve in there for a called strike, 0-1, as that activates Little Hack. Slide up and away, pulled by Swanson deep to center field. That should get the job done. Hood makes the catch for the first out. Tagging is Friedman. He'll score on the sac fly. It is 2-1. Dogs finally on the board. Klein up next. We're pinch hitting for him. Off the bench, we are going to use the rookie Giovanni Saunders with Tier 2 pinch perfect, Tier 3 easy target. Still looking for his first career hit. I'm going to save McFarland because I think we're going to have another opportunity in either the 8th or the 9th here. Change up away, strike called at the knees, 0-1. Runner goes. Slider away, that is a ball. Throw down to 2nd, not in time. Stolen base. Moving into scoring position is Osborne. He caught him napping. Freddie's 2nd steal of the year, he's 2 for 2. 1-1 count to Saunders. Slider middle in. Turned on by Saunders. Driven deep into the corner. Will it stay fair? No, it's just foul. Inches shy of his first career hit. Get it down, pulled to third base line, over the bag, that's a fair ball. McKay dives and smothers it, and he flips to third. It's late, it's an infield single. Giovanni Saunders has his first career hit, finally, as we got to get that ball for him now. Runners at the corners, one down for Rufo, who's 0 for 3. And subbing out of the pen, former Overdogs reliever Rocket Ramon. 6.39 ERA, 126 whip, 8 strikeouts, tier 1 elite 4-seamer. He also has tier 3 meltdown if 4 straight batters reach without an out recorded. Double switching in is infielder Serena Stanley. She will take over for Randy Mann at second base. She is a much better defensive option for him, and she will also be batting third next inning. Rufo 0 for 3, looking to come through here in the clutch for the team. Peter down and away, that's a strike, 0-1. Peter up, chased by Rufo, line softly to short, picked by Slamus, goes to second for 1, Stanley to first, not in time! Rufo beats it out, we tie the game at 2 on the RBI fielder's choice. Here's Arbor, 0 for 3. Change up, ripped hard, base hit into left field. Nice swing from Arbor, her first hit of the day. She's 1 for 4. Ramon goes tense, I believe, and that'll bring up Liner 2 for 3 with 2 singles. He does. Slider down and in, inside from Ramon, 1-0. Ramon just a B+, not quite at the A- tier for Ace Exterminator yet. That's in the dirt, gets past the catcher. Both runners advance. Runners at second and third now with 2 down. 2-0 count the Liner. Can the big dog come through in the clutch? And they intentionally walk him. They have a force at any base now. For Carlton Starr with tier 2 RBI hero, tier 3 first pitch Slayer. They'd rather take their chances with him over Liner. Alrighty, let's see what we can get it do. Can Starr do it again? Let's find out. Peter up in the first one, line to left field, and Carlton Starr comes through with an RBI knock. It is 3-2. Dogs take the lead for the first time today. And the rally continues. Bases juice for Jones. He's 0 for 3. Peter right down the middle from Ramon, 0-1. Peter up, late on it, 0-2. Slide at the knees, roped by Jones to left center field. That's down for another hit. 1 run will score. Second runner's going to try it as well. Here comes the throw in. It's a slow roller. We score 2 on the double by Jones. 5-2 Dogs. And we batted around back to Freeman, who led off the inning with a single. He's 3 for 3 and locked in now. Ramon's still tense, and Meltdown has activated at tier 3. That is 4 straight batters to reach. So Ramon's accuracy effectively 0 for the rest of the inning as that changeup is inside, ball 1, because Meltdown at tier 3, negative 100 accuracy. He is in negative infinity land. If you want an actual calculation on it, Rocket Ramon's accuracy rating is, before being tense, is 29. Making him tense, it goes down to probably about 20. In a high-pressure situation, it probably was even lower than that. And now with a negative 100 on top of that, it is about negative 80. So he's not having a good time right now. When it count to Friedman, heater at the knees, 1-1. Well outside on the slider. Good block by Caldwell. That might have scored a run. Here inside, lined at the middle. Another hit for Friedman. He's going to get his first 2 RBIs of the season as both runners are going to score as Jones comes chugging home. And it is a 2-run single. 7-2 Dogs as we've broken it open. Osborne up next, 1 for 3 with a single. Peter up chase, line softly to second, caught by Stanley to end the inning. But a big 7-run outburst for the Dogs as we take the lead and go up by 5. Subbing in out of the bullpen here, we have Heimlich. Steamboat technically could pitch, but he is hurt. And we have Marshmallow. I'm going to put Saunders at first base. I think he's earned it. So I'm going to sub off Osborne here because he's hitless today. So yeah, we're going to bring in Heimlich. We're going to take out Osborne. Saunders go to first. 7-2 now the score as we're up by 5. Bottom 7, Slamus, Caldwell, and Stanley. Bottom of the lineup up for the Buzzards. There's Slamus, 0 for 2, still rattled, facing Heimlich, who's yet to give up an earned run this year and has a 104 whip. First pitch heater, grounded up the middle, backhanded by Friedman, throw to first, 1 down. Next up is Caldwell, 1 for 2 with a single with tier 3 outside pitch. Curveball up and in on the first one, strike called the catcher, 0-1. Forcing it down in, inside, 1-1. 104 on the gun from Heimlich. Up and in. That is lined softly into right field. That is going to get down. Jones thankfully cuts it off before it gets past him. Is the second hit today for Caldwell. He's 2 for 3. That'll bring up Stanley hitting 250 with an RBI. Tier 2 Mind Gamer active. Checking the runner. Change it down. Check strike. 0-1. 4-0 up and away. Fouled off. 0-2. Dribble down and in. Low. 1-2. Down and in. Whiff through it, strike 3. Blew it by her at 103. She gone. First punch out for Heimlich. 2 down for foul. Who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Forcing up and away in the first one. Whiff through it, 0-1. Change up and in. Check, strike called, 0-2. Right at the letters. Change up and away. Caught her looking. Can I help you, Jess? No, you're just looking. Take your window shot, but elsewhere. Punch out for Heimlich, his second. She gone. To the 8th, it's 7-2 still. Swanson, Saunders, and Rufo coming up. Here's Swanson, 0 for 2 with an RBI sac fly last at bat. Facing a now rattled Ramon. Slider in there, 0-1, activating Little Hack. Thankfully for him, Meltdown is gone, but his accuracy is still basically 0, but at least it's positive now. Heater well up and away, 1-1. Heater way is popped up by Swanson to second base. Should be easy play for Stanley, who doesn't even move. 1 down. Next up, Saunders, 1 for 1 with a single for the rookie. First career hit. He's batting 1 for 8 now in the year. Change up inside for a strike. 0-1. Slider up and away. High. 1-1. Heater up and in. Hit well by Saunders to center field on the line, but it's going to go right at Hood for the second out. Next up is Rufo, 0 for 4 with an RBI fielder's choice his last time up. Slider up and away. Hit back to Ramon. He's 0 for 5 on the line out. Bottom 8 at 7-2. Hood, Belter, and Boomhauer do up against Heimlich. Here's Hood, is 0 for 3. Away. Foul back, 0-1. Down and in. Hold foul, it's quickly 0-2. Up in. High, 1-2. Change down and away. Hit up the middle through the legs of Heimlich. A leadoff single there for Turner Hood as he'll reach. Leadoff man on for Belter, who's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles today. Throw down the way in the first one. Strike called, 0-1. Great wheels over at first base, but remember they're down by 5. Change it down in the way. That is lined into the right field corner. Jones on the run. We'll watch it drop into the corners. He'll chase after it. Belter's going to have another extra base hit, his 3rd of the day. Relay throw home, not in time. RBI for Belter, his first today. It is 7-3. There's Boomhauer, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Change up and away from Heimlich, outside, ball 1. It's first earned run given up this year by Heimlich as the next one's chopped on the ground to short. Starr sees the runner going for 3rd, and he's going to catch him in a rundown as Belter got greedy. Give me 1 second, guys. The Starr will tag him out in the rundown. Getting a phone call.
Steed.
Sorry about that, guys. I'll keep this short this episode. It's just going to be 1 game this episode, unfortunately. So that's going to mess up the scheduling for the last quarter of the season, but it'll be fine. I'll work it out. Ramon's subbing off here for Steed, who comes in with Tier 1 power of his right-hander. He's hitting .062 off the bench this year. Staying in the game. Here up and away is sat on and fouled off, 0-1. Change up and away. Pop foul, that's going to get out of play as Swanson gives it a look off the screen, 0-2. Throw down and in. Inside and low, 1-2. Push him down and away. Outside, 2-2. Push him down and in. Low ball 3, count is full. Change it down and away. Lined into center field, and Steed's going to reach. Probably only his 2nd hit of the year. 2 on, 1 down. I'll bring up McKay, who's 0 for 3 today with RBI Hero active for his 3rd time today. Probably Heimlich's last batter here. Change it down, rip foul on the first 1-0-1. Throw down and away. Fouled off, 0-2 the count. Throw down and in, low, 1-2. McKay hard grounder to Star right at shortstop. Flip to Friedman for 1. Throw to first. Double play. You love to say it. The first one we turned today. That ends the rally. But the Buzzards do get one on the board. It is now 7-3. Out of the bullpen is mop-up man Linus Digby. Veteran will take over with 13.50 ERA, 4.50 whip, 1 strikeout, and Tier 3 crossed up. To the 9th, we are up 4. Arbor, Liner, and Star due up. Look for some insurance. Arbor 1 for 4 with a single. Will face Digby first. First pitch changeup in at the letters. 0-1. Digby a 5-pitch reliever now. Forkball, changeup, curve, slider, and fastball. Nice. Respect, big guy. Curveball off the end of the bat. Dribble back to Digby. Throw to first. 1 down. Here's Liner. 2 for 3. 2 singles and a walk. Changeup pulled foul in the first. 1-0-1. Heated down and in. Liner dribbles at the second. Stanley throws to first. 2 down. That'll bring up Star, 2 for 4, 2 singles, and a run driven in on that second single. Curveball bounces low in the first one, 1-0. Change it down, line softly into center field, and Star is going to find himself on with a 2-out hit, his 3rd hit of the day. Saving his job, too. Here's Jones, 1 for 4 with a 2-run double. Change it down, that's low, ball 1. Pick off, back safely is Star. Change up well outside. 2-0 count to Jones. Pick off. Back safely again is Star. Runner goes. Change it down and in. Ball 3. Throw down to second. Not in time. Stolen base for Carlton. Moves into scoring position with his 3rd of the year. He's 3 for 3. 3-0 count to Jones. Change up at the letters. Called a strike. 3-1. Ball up and away, pulled to left field hard, sinking quickly down in front of the sliding belter. Rounding third is Star. He's going to try and score. Throw in, not in time. RBI single for Jones, his 3rd of the day. 3rd RBI, I mean. 2nd hit. It's 8-3 now. We're back up by 5. Friedman due up next, locked in 4 for 4 today with 2 RBIs. Either way, line hard to right field. Make him 5 for 5 as he punches that one through past Stanley on the dive. 2 on, 2 down. Pitcher due up next with a pinch hit for Heimlich, who is gassed. And we will go to Mira McFarland with Tier 2 pinch perfect. Tier 1 bad ball hitter, hitting .523 with 4 homers, leading the team with 17 RBIs, and I believe she's also leading us in home runs. Dribble down and in, rope foul, out of play for the injured first baseman. She is still on a sore hamstring. Peter way, hard grounder in the hole to second. Shortstop diving is Slamus in the hole. Throw to first, not in time. She beat it out. Infield single for Swanson up next, who's 0 for 3 with an RBI sac fly. Slider away, ball 1 misses. Base is juiced. Peter checked inside, it's 2-0. Good hitters count for Swanson. Change it down the middle, out in front, 2-1. Slide it down, hit up the middle. That's right at Stanley, though, on a hot throw to first. That'll end the inning, but at least we get 1. All right, coming into pitch, we're going to go to Jacob Marshmallow to try and close it out. Bottom 9, it is 8-3, us up by 5. Slamus, Caldwell, and Stanley, bottom of the lineup up. Slamus is rattled, 0 for 3 today, facing Marshmallow, whose ERA is down to 1.08 on the season. Peter up on the first one, ball 1. He's got a 120 whip and 7 strikeouts. Curveball down and in, that's a strike, 1-1. Forkball down in the way, low, 2-1. Seam up and in. Slamus fouls it back, 2-2. Okay, collector activates a Tier 3. Slider away. Ooh, he wanted it, but it's outside. Count full. Change it down and in. Whiff through it, strike 3. Got him. First punch out for Marshmallow. He gone. Caldwell up next, 2 for 3 day for the backup catcher with 2 singles. Change up and in on the first one. Chopped at the middle. Star diving, gets to it behind the bag, gets up and fires. Got him. Nice go, Carlton. 2 down. Stanley is the last chance for the Buzzards, who's 0 for 1. Mind Gamer active. Curveball inside for a called strike. 0-1. Forcing him down in the way. That's a strike. It's quickly 0-2 as K Collector activates. Forkball in the dirt. Low. 1-2. Slider up and away. Fouled off. She'll stay alive. Forcing him up and in. High. 2-2. Forkball down. In the dirt. Count full. Full count offer incoming. Change it down. And then it's way out in front of it. Strike 3 swinging. Marshmallow's second punch out. He gets a 1-2-3 inning here. And she is gone. And that ends the game. Dogs win 8-3. We're back tied for first. Let's go. It wasn't looking great for the first 6 innings. We were getting absolutely manhandled there by Durbin Holmes. But the 7th inning, we finally broke through. We capitalized on Rocket Ramon, the reliever who came in with meltdown, and cruised to victory with a 7-run outburst. And we held on in the 8th and 9th to win 8-3 the final. Nice. A tale of two halves in this game. Rufo, unfortunately, 0 for 5 day. I'm going to need to see if he has any more regression, and then I'm going to need to make a decision. He had an RBI on a fielder's choice, but remember he also made an error in the field, so maybe it's time to move on. Arbor, 1 for 5 day off, coming in for a spot start. Liner had a big 2-hit day. He also got intentionally walked. Starr had 3 hits and drove in a run on a single. Jones had a 2-run single and an RBI double, I believe. Friedman had 5 hits today in his season debut. He went 5 for 5 and drove in 2. Osborne managed to hit, nothing much out of him. Saunders finally got his first career hit. Love seeing that. On the other side for the Buzzards, RBIs for Belter on a double, Boomhauer on a single, and Randy Mann on a double. I believe they did give him a double. Pitching lines, Klein, 6 quality innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, 6 strikeouts. He gave up another unearned run as well. He improves to 1-0, his first win of the season. Heimlich in 2 innings gives up an earned run on 4 hits, 2 strikeouts. That's the first earned run he's given up all year. And Marshmallow slams the door, striking out 2 of the 3 batters he faces in the 9th. For the Buzzards, Holmes goes 6 1/3 quality innings, giving up 2 earned runs, 8 total hits. He gets a no decision. Rocket Ramon gets the loss, inning and 2/3, giving up 5 earned runs on 4 hits and 1 walk. He falls to 3-1, and Linus Digby an inning, giving up 1 run on 4 hits. Player of the game, Janice Friedman, in his season debut, going 5 for 5, driving in 2 and scoring once. Belter, the runner-up, with 3 doubles. He went 3 for 4, driving in a run. And then Filet Jones, 2 for 5 day. He had a double, a single, and drove in 3 runs. We love to see it, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, but that is I'm not going to play a second game. I did come into this originally planning to play a second game tonight, but I got to go after this. So we're going to hurry this up here real quick, and then next episode will be doubleheader against the Jacks and the, I believe, Crocs. Yeah, Jacks and Crocs, and then the regular season finale will be a doubleheader, Crocs and Nemesis. All right, what do we got? Mario Klein has learned to throw a screwball. We love to see that. Okay, the sophomore getting better. He now has 5 pitches, I believe. Yoshida gets 20% chance to gain outside pitch. Not totally valuable with what I'm planning to do chemistry-wise. Neverwalker is now a free agent. Grapplers cut him for Babette Walkman. Stub Pruitt, the rookie, gains 8 accuracy. He's now a B+, up to 47 accuracy. We love to see that. Marshmallow loses 2 fielding randomly. That's fine. He's a pitcher. Fred Bobbitt's getting replaced by Javier Cortez. Okay. Hackliner plus 2 speed up to 31. Dugout 5's just got signed as the Grapplers cut Eduardo Electro. Fine with that. Filet finally loses Noodle Arm. Let's freaking go, Filet. I've been trying to get rid of that forever, and now it's finally gone. Let's go. Osborne gets plus 1 power randomly, up to 75. I wish it was contact. Patience Evergreen cut by the Moose for Butt Puckerton. Victorina loses 5 speed in the free agent pool. She's now down to a C. Lila Arbor just got slapped with a negative 13 speed, down to 50. I think she's going to be gone then, if I'm going to choose between her and Saunders. Yeah, that's bad right there. At least it wasn't hitting ratings, but still, that's worrying. Steve Reeves to the platypi. He'll replace Run to third. Jadeo Harrison, the young starter, replaces Rick Harding in the rotation for the Grapplers. And that's it. Okay, Jovan Bambino is still out there. So let's look. Jovan is still here. Neverwalker's now here. I love Der Neverwalker, so, yeah. Definitely gonna... How do I star again? Oh, yeah. I gotta do it this way. That's right. Alright. So where is... Jovan is down to 13.3. That is exactly his price point. So we are not going to be able to get him after this game. So looking at him here, he is scholarly. which would give us an extra scholarly player to play with if we choose to replace Rufo. Or we could just give him... I can't replace Arbor with him because we don't have enough cap space. So he has to come in for a high-level player, which is either going to be McFarland, who is disciplined. We're not getting rid of McFarland. She's now well enough to actually play with her injury, so she's probably going to be back in the lineup, let's be real. Liner, I'm not getting rid of him. He's been great in absence of McFarland. Carlton, he's getting hot now when he needs to, so it ain't going to be him now. Ray's is getting cold at the worst possible time, and regression is finally starting to hit him. I'm thinking maybe it's going to be him. The other options we could replace are Dano and Lupinberg. We're obviously not getting rid of our ace pitcher. And Dano, well, he's been solid this year, surprisingly. Like, he has done enough to really stay on the team, I think, if we're looking at the numbers here. Dano's hitting 324 now, so like he's having another solid year. He's just not driving in a lot of runs because he's generally the guy at the top of the lineup scoring the runs. So, yeah. He's getting on base, and that's kind of what matters here. His OPS isn't dipping at all. Oh my, me oh my. He's never been a big power guy in the series. Like, he only has 4 home runs total, so... Driving in runs isn't his bread and butter. His bread and butter is get on base, bring me home. And I can play a mean catcher. And the other option is Steamboat, who is still injured, but he's getting very close to being able to be used again out of the bullpen. So, honestly, if I'm choosing Rufo, so we will lose competitive down to tier 2 if we go for him for Bambino. Where is Joven? There he is. So that would put, we have an extra scholarly player. We could get rid of a scholarly player to bring Crafty back up to tier 3. We will bring competitive back up to tier 3. We have to. So that means we'd have to sacrifice probably a disciplined player to go down to tier 1 and bring Crafty also. I'm going to try and bring that up to tier 2. So we'll see. I might not even do that. I might just leave things as they are and just sacrifice a scholarly player, which would probably be Lila Arbor at that point because she just got slapped with that big regression. Keep Saunders. Drop her for a competitive player. And who are they actually? I want to see this real quick. So that would be either King, Carloco, Woodburn, Owanga, Bowler, Ramiro. Okay, not a lot of options here. It would probably have to be Woodburn then. Because we would need to make money back at that point. Yeah, and King, obviously we just cut him, so he's a little overpriced. Carloco, I think, is like right at his price. Now, yeah, he's under his price already, so... We could bring in Jose to play first base. That would be pretty funny. But getting Woodburn goes back to that experiment we had at the beginning of the year. He's a third catcher off the bench, and he comes in with Big Hack, and we just try and see if we get that to activate. It's not a useful option for us, but it's kind of one we're limited to based on what is available in the free agent pool. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're stuck with at that point. And then it's like, do I really want to sacrifice a disciplined player to bring in Crafty at that point? I really don't think so. I think it would be Yamamoto, but Tier 3 Ace Exterminator is hard to let go of, so it ain't going to be him. So yeah, I think that's going to be the move. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys think that's a good move. Should we drop Rufo for Bambino and then afterwards drop Arbor or Saunders for a competitive player to bring in, which would be probably Tarzan Woodburn, if we're being honest with ourselves. Or it could be Jose Carloco. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Hopefully, we will have enough money to make both of those moves. Just let me know which one do you think would be better. Quick look. Here's the chemistries. Both are scholarly. Arbor has no traits. She is older at 34. Saunders is a 19-year-old rookie. Does have Tier 3 easy target. Tier 2 pinch perfect, though. He finally got his first career hit this episode. And then in the free agent pool, obviously our options at competitive is limited. But we have Wanga, who's overpriced. Carloco, who is purely a pinch hitter. This guy's pure pinch hitter. He's a power contact guy off the bench. You bring in, he's your big stick. You say, go hit a home run. Alberto King, he's a slightly overpriced, so he is not an option right now, so ignore him. Bradley Bowler would need us to mess with the pitching staff, so I'm ignoring him, and same with Ramiro. Then the other option is Tarzan Woodburn, who is at $2.2 million. It would be saving us money if we made the move for him. Would have tier 3 big hack, which may or may not activate depending on how they pitch to him. Carloco has no traits, but he's a much better, more accomplished hitter. He, however, is a crap fielder. Woodburn is a accomplished fielder, but he's a crap hitter. So pick your poison at that point, guys. I will leave it entirely up to you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Who should be the person to be brought in? Player development real quick before we sign off here. We have a chance to gain outside pitch, which I can't afford, so that'll be gone. McFarland, with her being hurt, I'm not going to buy this for her, plus her loyalty I think is already maxed out. It is, so there's no point. K Neglector, although it would be a tier 1 for Heimlich, is kind of dumb. I would much rather increase his accuracy than deplete it. Wissell, he's injured and he's 32. I'm not going to develop him anymore. Klein, we're not going to take away tier 3 workhorse. That's kind of where he gets all his value. Although the extra junk and accuracy would be nice, it's probably not worth it. Yamamoto, we're not developing him, so no player development this episode. Alright, let's set up to our next game, and then we'll preview next episode for you guys. Next episode, it'll be a doubleheader, with the first game being against the Jacks, who come in at 7-6. Right now, we're sitting tied for the division lead at 8-4. Chasey Kim will be on the mound, former Overdog with Tier 1 consistent. We have beaten Kim earlier this year. He's 0-2 with a 4.72 ERA, 165 whip. On the mound for us will be our ace, Lupin Berg, who comes in with Tier 3 K Collector, Tier 2 Rally Stopper. He's 1-1 with a 3.79 ERA and a 147 whip in his rookie year. Jacks need this win to stay relevant in the playoff hunt. We need this win to create some separation and put the pressure on the Buzzards to match us. Second game next episode is the first half of a doubleheader against the Crocodons. Will be Werner Bergenberg on the mound versus Maurice Brick. Of course, we have to see Maurice at least once a season. That's going to be a very good matchup as well, because the Crocs are also in the hunt for this division title as well. Looking at the standings, we're tied at 8-4 with the Buzzards, with the best record in the conference. Jacks and Crocs both at 7-6. Nemesis at 5-8. They're looking like they're basically out of it already. But mathematically, they're technically still in. So that's going to do it for this episode, everybody, though. Big win for the Dogs today as we managed to rally from down 2-0 to beat the Buzzards 8-3, as we have a big 7-run outburst late in the game to secure the win. We are now tied for first place with the Buzzards, and next episode we will trudge closer into the near the end of the season as we will start the final quarter of the season. But before that, we'll have roster moves to take care of. Let me know what you guys think. Is bringing in Bambino the right move to replace Rufo, and then vice versa, making a corresponding roster move to get rid of probably Arbor? Or should we just leave things as they are and play with what we have assembled so far because it's worked out this well? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you made it this deep, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch down in the description below if you want to come over to this platform as well and show me some love over here as well. It's also at PracNasty for those curious. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Until then, this is the Nasty One, signing off. Have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you guys may be.